Narcissists will bait you into arguments and conflict and disputes. What the narcissist does is they take something that was very innocent, very pure, something that wasn't even with malicious intent that you have done. They take it and they villainize it. They take it and they basically start an argument with you and accuse you of doing something that wasn't even true. They will accuse you of doing something to get at them or to slight them in some way or to hurt them in some way or to just make them feel bad in some way. But the thing is, a couple of things are happening. Remember that narcissists are very insecure and they need validation, they need love, and they hate rejection, and they internalize so many things. So that is why they project outwardly that internalized, feelings that they have about certain situations because of their insecurity. They are not secure within themselves, so they think that people are doing things to spite them and to come after them. And what they'll do is they'll take that and they'll come to you and they'll accuse you of doing this to them when all of this is in their head. They're confused in their own mind, so they project all of that confusion onto you. Because a person that is secure within themselves, they are not going to take personal what someone else does in their life when it has nothing to do with them. But narcissists are so grandiose and they have such this huge ego that they feel like everyone else around them, that everyone revolves around them. And that if they are not the center, if they are not accommodated, if they are not thought of, they feel it's an attack to their ego. It feels an attack on their character. And you'll notice that even when you're having conversations with them and they bait you into an argument and you're trying to plead your case, they're not hearing you, because what they want is they just want to be able to be proven right that what they're thinking is real. That's why they continue to argue with you down and like, no, you did this on purpose. No, you did do this. And you're saying it wasn't even like that. This is what it was. They don't want to hear you because their mind already made up in their brain that what you did was intentional and it was malicious and it was cynical and it was to spite them. And you were not even thinking about that to begin with, but that's what they think in their mind. And they want you to admit that because they got to be right about everything. They want to be right about things that they are wrong about. Make it make sense. It's like their mind is telling them, like, I'm right about this because this person did this to me. So yes, this is right. Tell me I'm right. And they can't handle not being right, even when they're wrong. And it's frustrating because while you are pleading your case, they are not willing to hear you out. They are not wanting to believe what you are saying. They don't think that what you're saying is true. So you're sitting here fighting for your truth and they are fighting for the lie. They're fighting to prove that their lie is right while you are fighting to prove that your truth is the truth. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. Let them believe what they want to believe and don't waste your energy arguing with somebody. So narcissists bait you into arguments. I made a video about that and it's in the description below. But I want to go ahead and give you a quick story time of what inspired this video. Okay, so you see the person here in the middle with the print, with the dress on, with the Marvel characters on it. This is what the story is inspired by because this is the person I dealt with. I really don't give a fuck at this point because y'all made me suffer in silence for all those years. So now I'm going to come out and speak my truth because y'all never should have came to me in the first place. Anyway, so basically what happened is when I was in college, I was in a sorority and my line sisters, my group, they were like huge narcissists and I was a scapegoat of the group and they made my entire experience a living fucking hell. So anyway, what happened is there was one day, now the girl in the white pants, it was her birthday, right? Her birthday, early May. So what happened is I went over to girl in the white pants. We went over to her house and there was another one of our sorority sisters, one of our prophytes that came over as well. The two of them went out to a club. I was underage. I wasn't even 21 at the time. So I basically was like the designated driver. Like I dropped them off and then I picked them up and everything. And then we all went back to the girl in the white pants apartment. We was all just chilling. We had we smoked a little bit. We smoked a lot, actually. And then we all kind of just crashed. When you in college and it's a weekend, y'all would just crash at somebody's house, whatever happened. So the very next morning, all three of us, it was me, girl in the white pants, and our prophyte. We wake up in the morning and and it was the girl in the white pants. It was her birthday that day. So she's like, all right, girl, happy birthday. What you want to do? And she like, y'all want to go out to breakfast? Cause I'm hungry. I'm like, all right, cool. Boom, let's do it. And it was kind of like a last minute thing. We really was just going to just slip on our clothes and then going out to breakfast. So what happened is that we go out to breakfast and as we sitting there, it's just us three. And then girl in the white pants invited one of her guy friends to come. And then he came and chilled with us. Innocent things, stuff like that happens. You just impulsively decide to do something. You don't think anything of it. So when they had watched our stories and they had saw that that's where we were, that's when the girl in the Marvel dress, the guy inside the group chat, and started going off on me, accusing me of sliding the rest of the ship, of intentionally not inviting everybody else. And I should have thought about everybody. I should have got in the chat and said, you all should come and invite everybody. And it's basically like narcissists will get mad at you for not doing what they thought you should have done in the situation, and then they shame you for it. And she did this in front of everybody, try to call me out, try to out me in front of everybody, because she wanted other people to be in agreement with her. She wanted other people to back her up with it. But it's like, how insecure can you be where you think that somebody doing something like that is personal to you when it's not even like that? But because they're triggered and that's what their mind is telling them, that's what they think is going on. And it didn't matter how many times I played my case and told her it wasn't even like that and explained the situation, over-explained, they still don't want to hear you. So quit wasting your time, because they want to argue just to argue. Okay, basically, this is what happened. And if you want the full story and you care to listen, I'm going to link it in the description. But anyway, basically, me, the birthday girl, and our other pro-fight were chilling at the birthday girl's house the night before. Her birthday was the next morning, but we were chilling the night before. Birthday girl and the other pro-fight went out to the bars. I was only 20, so I wasn't able to go. I basically just chilled with them afterwards. They got lit at the bar, we came home, we smoked, and then we all just crashed. And then the next morning, when we was thinking, should we go home? You could drop us off. The birthday girl was like, well, why don't we go out to breakfast first? So we say, okay, cool. It really was like a last minute thing that we had decided right then and there. So when we had decided right then and there is when we had left to go to the restaurant. So it genuinely was a spare of the moment, last minute thing. We basically just lived in a moment and went with who was there. Needed a reason to attack. They act like you can read their mind so they can blame shift all their responsibilities on you. Ooh, girl, thank you, because I have to make a video about this one. Because narcissists are incapable of empathy. They don't even give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, we're not crazy. And the thing is, they will take a small situation and make a mountain of a molehill about it without just basically looking at something from a different perspective and seeing that it's not as big a deal as they are making it. Because when they're making a big deal out of something very trivial and arguing over something, it's just basically getting everybody all riled up over something small. And it's just like, it doesn't need to get to that point. People can communicate, and if you're disappointed in something, then just simply communicate that, but you don't have to make a whole argument about it to prove your point. That's their problem. They want to argue to get their point across because they want to control. They want to be right. Instead of them just humbling themselves and just saying how they feel and just communicating with somebody. And instead, they feel the need to control another person. So basically, this was talking about how, please go back and watch the video so I can tell you everything. But anyway, in this scenario, they could have just communicated how they felt. Hey, you know what, girl? I saw that you and Jen went out to breakfast, and how come you didn't say something? You could have made maybe next time could you just let us know in the chat, say, hey, everybody finna go to breakfast, and then let us know because we may be able to come. Can you just remember that for next time? All right, cool. Boom. And then at that point, because they didn't come and attack, they're basically just asking a question. And it's like, oh, you know what? I got y'all next time. Honestly, this time I didn't even think about it. Probably it was so early in the morning. I didn't want to bother nobody. I'm like, I just thought it was going to be fine. I didn't think that you all would be offended if I didn't say something. Simple communication where, you realize that it wasn't a personal attack. It wasn't an offense. It wasn't malicious. It really was just a pure intention. It wasn't nothing wrong. Communication can simply clear that up. But because narcissists come and they come at you like, I got a bone to pick with you because you did this and you're guilty of this. They basically come at you and accuse you of being guilty without you even pleading your case. How you gonna accuse somebody of being guilty when you ain't even gave them a chance to plead their case? You just automatically assume that they're guilty. Why do you automatically assume that this person is guilty? Why do you think they are capable of doing something like that? That's the problem. They think of people, the person that's their scapegoat, they want to see this person in such a bad light. So they gaslight you into saying and accusing you of doing things that you didn't do because they basically want you to admit it. Like, yeah, you did this, didn't you? See, I told you. You see how horrible you are? They want to just prove their point of how they feel about you. That's why they come ahead and bring all this energy to you, accusing you of shit that you ain't even do. And because they mind is already set, it don't matter what you say, they not going to believe you. And you would exhaust yourself trying to prove your point. So fuck that bullshit, bro.